All right, we're looking at question 8 from the 2015 Math JAMB exam, and we're being told that we need to factorize the following polynomial: 2y squared minus 15xy minus 18x squared. There are many ways to solve a factorization problem. I tend to like to do it in a way that's a little bit slower, but much harder to make mistakes on. So the first thing I try to do is imagine what the answer is going to look like. So we know that the answer is going to be some expression times another expression. And in this case, because this first term here is 2y squared, we know that one of these has to be 2y and the other one is y. It's possible that one of them is minus y and the other one is minus 2y, but for now, let's just keep it this simple. The problem now is we need to figure out what goes in the remaining spots. So what are the rules? We know that whatever is here and here have to multiply together to form the number 18. So let's just label these slots A and B. Let's look at all the possible values of A and B. If A is 1, then B has to be 18. If A is 2, then B has to be 9. If A is 3, then B has to be 6. And then you can imagine the opposite as well. You could have A of 18 and A of 9 and A of 6. But once we have found all the possible values as we've done here, let's just stop. Now, what we're interested in is that we need to find a combination of A and B that we know that if we plugged it into this equation, we could somehow combine the result to produce this 15. So what do I mean by that? In order to decide which of these three possibilities we want to use, we have to think about this middle term, 15xy. We have to pick a combination of A and B that obviously multiplies to produce 18, but also we can add the result when combined with these other terms here to produce 15. So let's go through and look at how that would work. If I put 1 and 18 in there, I would end up with, for my middle terms, I would end up with 2 times 18, which is 36, and it will also produce 1 times 1 over here for the other middle term. Is there a way to combine 36 and 1 to produce 15? No. What if we try 2 and 9? So if we had a 2 here and a 9 here, and repeated the same exercise, we would end up with, when multiplying the 2 times the 9, we would end up with 18. And the 2 times the 1, we would end up with a 2. And so there's really no way to combine through addition or subtraction 18 and 2 to produce a 15. Finally, if we tried with 3 and 6, we would see that we would end up with an 18, and we would end up with a 3. And now it's possible to combine 18 and a 3 to produce this 15. So the only thing we have to worry about at this point is to get the signs right. Since we want a negative 15, then we know that we want a negative 18 and a positive 3. And to do that, we would put the negative here and a positive here.